Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and we are back with yet more reactions for Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is the penultimate episode of season 4, so I am very anxious. I mean, I probably should be more anxious for the finale, and because that's where it's all going to culminate. But this one still, I mean, with this one being the penultimate, I think it's like S.H.I.E.L.D. Like penultimate episodes usually pack like quite a bit into them, and then the final kind of more obvious banger is the finale itself. So I'm very, very eager to see exactly like where they continue this, especially how we left off last time. I'm very eager to see how we continue with this and like where this episode kind of leaves us in preparation for the finale. So yeah, I mean, now we have officially, I think I definitely feel like we've officially reached the end of the framework arc and everything, and definitely feel like that kind of, I mean, at least temporarily, given who stayed behind and what happened and everything. I feel like it's like a halfway, like we're halfway there. It's like kind of like we're closed off, but then they still might try and do something with it and stuff. And then they need to actually either like downgrade it from what it is, or like shut it down completely, or do something with it. Because I don't know if like a downgrade would be possible, like maybe rolling back the software version or something, if that's like a possible thing, or if they might be like, no, you know what, they like this version of the framework is too dangerous to exist, and anyone could go into it and then wreak havoc, and it could still be a thing. So, and they also might just want to prevent some kind of other kind of like some kind of Ultron situation with like VR or AI or something, so that they might just opt to shut it down altogether once they get who out. If they do get who out, there's a lot that needs to be answered. There's a lot that needs to be answered. So yeah, and then to the framework arc, and I think it's kind of I think especially like looking back through kind of like the episode like numbers and lists as well, like seeing it's like like it's been like 4 or 5 or 6 like episodes and everything, so it's like my I don't like it's like my mind just isn't able to fully kind of comprehend that. I don't think I think it's like it's weird to think like how much they packed into like a literal handful of episodes and everything. It's like how much they've given us, how much they've shown, and how much they've actually built and stuff. So I think, and especially I think it's also it's also kind of to do with the like the format that it's in too. So I'll get to that kind of stuff in the actual final season review and everything, because I think the season review is going to be a big one. The season review is going to be like a much longer one. I think that's going to make the next episode's reaction like a lot bigger. So yeah, but yeah, so and then to the framework arc. So I think the team found the exit. They eventually found the exit. Radcliffe gave Daisy the coordinates and everything, and like Ada had found it before them. So she had actually taken the liberty of like covering it in some molten kind of steel and everything, like molten steel or molten. I think it was molten steel. And then Daisy did like a whole Daisy pulled a Moses and passed it like the Red Sea, used their powers to quake the molten out of the way, and then that revealed the much more flashy and technological looking back door that was really there for them to all kind of fall into and everything. So that was cool. So one by one they did it. I mean, it's not like there weren't setbacks. There were definitely setbacks. Coulson got shot like a bunch of times, and then he just kind of effortlessly kind of like collapsed into the portal, and then May jumped in right behind him, and then they both woke up on the submarine in the real world and everything. So then they were freed, and then Simmons went through, and she was freed, and stuff. And then like the Zephyr was found by Ivanov too. Ivanov found the Zephyr and ordered his men to start firing rockets and shit at it. So they're under fire, and then they need to land or do something because they're running low on power too. So they need to actually find a way to do something. So Daisy needs to come out of there, and then Fitz found Simmons. Doctor Fitz found Simmons in the framework, and he tried to he went to kill her because Simmons killed his father. Simmons actually hunted down Alistair Fitz after finding out he was alive and well in the framework, and she hunted him down and kind of ended up in like a little scuffle and killed him, and then Fitz kind of swore like vengeance on her too. So it was a whole thing. It was a whole big deal. And I think I've heard I've seen like comments of the people pointing out that I think that's actually what, like one of the things they like about the way that Fitz's exit happened. Like he still wasn't into it. Like he was never freed. He was never like he never had his eyes opened up to the truth. He never discovered the truth. He never actually reconfessed his love. He did the exact opposite of reconfessing his love to Simmons. He held her at gunpoint and forced her to try and admit to him that she was nothing to him. So he was like in that kind of deep end of Marvel's Matrix to the very end and everything. But then Radcliffe having led Fitz straight to the back door, he took out the guards and then shoved Fitz in himself, so Fitz never really broke out. And then to make matters worse, when Fitz came out, he immediately remembered everything that happened in the framework, and he remembered everything he did and how he was indirectly / directly responsible for Mace's death in the framework too. So he just had all that information unloaded onto him almost immediately, and he was just kind of traumatized and stuff. So yeah, Fitz made it through. So I think definitely agree with actually seeing what the lasting effects of the framework are on everyone, like Fitz and everyone else too, like everyone, but presumably remembering what happened in the framework too, and actually seeing how it affects them moving forward, and how the team moves forward after this entire kind of season-long ordeal. It's just gonna be crazy. So there's that. So he said that he went, and then Simmons, I think she worked on Zephyr, and then Mac stayed behind because he found out that the real world didn't have Hope. Daisy told him Hope wasn't there. She obviously didn't know what happened, but she told him he wasn't. She told him that she wasn't there. So yeah, so then Mac came to the conclusion that he didn't like fake or not, he still managed to build memories and build a life with Hope in the framework, and he was not in any way ready to let that go. So he didn't want to go back to the world without Hope. His words exactly. So he decided at the end of that episode at least to actually stay behind. So yeah, again that definitely kind of complicates things, and it definitely makes you question like if that is the last we get of Mac in this show, like if it's actually the last we actually see of him, or if they're actually going to figure something out. I mean, if they're actually going to try and go back for him into the framework or something, then they have to figure out some kind of rescue plan or rescue mission, or I don't know. I mean, they have to rescue Fitz too, because Ada's got a new body. Ada's actually finally transferred the data from the framework into the real world and actually built herself an organic human body with a heart and other major internal organs and everything. So she's got a human body, and one with powers too. She can apparently teleport. She actually took the liberty of giving herself some nifty new powers and everything, and she teleported away with Fitz. So yeah, now they got to stop human Ada. Or potentially inhuman. Maybe if she's made herself inhuman or something, or maybe just gave herself some kind of enhancements and stuff, and then did that. Then yeah, now they got to stop Ada once and for all, and then take down the framework. It's gonna be a whole thing. So yeah, Mac did stay behind, so I am very curious to see how that journey will kind of follow. I mean, maybe if because then he's in there, pretty much everyone else is gone now. He's in there, and then I think now with Fitz gone and Ophelia, her body's in the real world now, so I think Ada will see no use in Ophelia, so she might die. Alistair's dead. Pretty much all of Hydra's main people are dead. Pretty much all of them are dead. So I think now, even with just Mac and Trip, and Ward as well, Ward is somewhere in the background, I think they'll definitely still have a relatively easier time actually taking down framework Hydra and everything. So I guess I have to wait and see. I guess we can see. So yeah, that is pretty much all I've got from the last episode. So on to episode 21 of season 4. Onto the reaction, and as you guys will know, this one will just be the phase version with the highlights and the best bits, but if you guys want the full-length version, then that one will be over on Patreon, so you can go check that out over there. So yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 4, episode 21. Let's go. This is a really great opening VFX shot. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. consistently has some great VFX. That's a really great opening VFX shot.
Who the hell is this guy?
Well, you missed a fair amount, May, but the quick version is you can go ahead and shoot him.
Oh, is his body Cyborg too? No, wait, is his body Cyborg too? Oh.
That's not all they're good for.
He fully sliced his face in half.
No.
Like I said, you missed a fair amount.
Oh, that was so cool. It reminds me of the Mortal Kombat fatality of the sword that spins and it cuts the... Oh, damn. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There's multiple Ivanovs. Oh, yeah, no changes. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, no more Agents of Hydra. That's all done. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Back to S.H.I.E.L.D. now. Okay, alright. Oh, but is there LMD Ivanovs now? Is that what the head in the jar really was? Just recreating him and his head and body?
Piper, are you up for manning the weapons?
I'm offended you had to ask.
Yeah, give Piper some guns and watch her blow shit up.
You must have spotted the decoy right away, right?
Yeah, because you're never robotic.
Oh, really?
Oh, you know, it took him a
How
while.
long did it take you
It
to figure
took
it
him
out?
a good few episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm hurt, Phil.
Oh.
Guess we're not as close as I thought.
So we opened up a portal beneath his quantum power cube, then Ghost Rider dragged him to another dimension with his Hellfire chain.
Yeah.
So things ended well then.
What else can be expected?
Welcome to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
After we escape this place, we're definitely opening that bottle of Hague.
Yeah, see, that bottle of Hague is
totally.
long.
Hey, but
Wait, no, they opened it, didn't they? Did they open it with LMD-May? Didn't he open it with LMD-May earlier? Oh, is the cable not long enough? Tell me that damn cable is long enough. Oh, I knew this would happen. Fucking cables. Just, they're never long enough, are they? Come on, just 2 more inches. Will it kill you to stretch yourself out? Oh, jeez, come on, 2 more inches. There we go. There we go. Guns ahoy, Piper. Come on. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Oh, nice one. Nice one.
I was a slave, programmed to make the adjustments Radcliffe required.
And you chose to keep the framework alive and to do all those regret changes.
No, you lied about everything.
He didn't want to come back.
Who cares? You knock him over the head, you break his legs, you kick him through the exit. It was a video game.
He didn't want to leave Hope.
Hope was in there, Elena.
Hope? She's dead.
Yeah, well, in there, she's 10.
Yeah, she lived.
And she's bright and adorable. And she means the world to him. That going into that world as an Inhuman is the worst idea ever. We need you here. Making sure that the real Max stays alive. Or it'll all be for nothing.
Does she even have an avatar in the framework? I think would it automatically create one for her?
Did I try to kill you?
Kill me. Yep. That's what happened. You tried. It was
Oh, Phil, you.
Well, let's just make sure I'm still breathing.
Yeah, she killed him with her lips. She had to kill him with the poison ivy style kiss.
The only fuel left is in the
Oh,
center.
jeez.
The entire area is sealed off, but no, I can't rule out Daisy Johnson's involvement.
Wait, what?
Tommy, I can assure you that the manhunt for the members within S.H.I.E.L.D. who remain at large is still our top priority.
A
We
manhunt
assume
for
that they're behind
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
this attack. Look, they're terrorists, and find out exactly who's responsible.
What the fuck, Talbot? Now he's jumping straight back on the S.H.I.E.L.D. terrorist bandwagon again. God damn it, she looks good. She looks so
I knew
good.
you were
Oh,
starting
the
for
green
2
top
bites,
and oh god, her
I
hair.
tried to
Oh
please
god,
both.
she looks good again. Oh, green really is
It's
her
a familiar
color.
space.
Green really is her
But I
colour.
thought we could decorate it together. I've felt your touch before.
Oh god, don't do
And
that.
now I get to experience the ecstasy you felt
Oh, don't do
each
this.
time.
Oh god, don't do that. Don't do that.
Do you have empathy?
Oh, that's a good
Can you
question.
imagine how somebody else might feel?
Oh, that's a good
can't.
question.
Especially you.
Oh god, oh. Oh jeez, oh May, oh. Oh. Oh god, Mace. Oh, no, not Mace, even Mac. Is Mac gonna jump out at some point? Is he gonna make a surprise return? Yeah, electricity. Electricity, there we go, fry him. Fry that son bitch. Fry that son bitch. There we go, oh. Oh, she's on top of him, oh. Oh, she just caved his head in. Oh, crash. Oh, crashing. Oh no.
That's all of it.
Okay, is this guy human or is he an LMD2? Is he an LMD2 or is he human?
Shame.
Oh, they're torpedoing. Oh, they're torpedoing it. Yeah, they are gonna flood it. They're just gonna torpedoing it.
What are you not telling me?
I drank the bottle of Hague.
What? You piece of...
Oh no. Oh god. Oh yeah. Here comes the flood. Here comes that flooding you're expecting.
Because if you really believe that you are capable of love,
I'm being loved.
if you really believe that, all the
Being
hurtful
loved.
things you
Oh
did
god. Is she gonna ask
were not your choice.
Fitz if he loves
Make
her?
your own choice now.
Is she gonna ask Fitz if
Do
he
the
loves
right
her?
thing.
If he loves her. Is the water not gonna fry the framework? Is it? Okay, so it's frying the framework, yeah. God, is it not gonna fry him then? Because if the framework just shuts down like that, is it not gonna fry his brain?
I'm now realizing the pain
He's
that
not
I've
gonna
caused, and I
care.
don't want to hurt anyone else.
He's not gonna care.
Don't you have empathy?
You watched unaffected as I took a hammer to the bones of the director's corpse.
I couldn't feel this then.
He hacked Mace apart, really?
No emotions.
Oh, damn.
Yo, no, come on, we gotta go!
Get out of there now! You have to.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Oh! Ophelia saved him! Ophelia saved him! She did it!
You did it.
She saved him! She saved him!
You did it.
Great. Whoa. Oh.
Gemma.
Oh, ISIS. Okay, ISIS. Yeah, ISIS. Oh boy.
I have Mac.
Yeah.
Let's go home.
Damn. No hesitation. No hesitation. She did not hesitate with those ISIS one bit. Okay. Okay, goodbye, Baltic Sea Rig. Goodbye, good riddance. Good fucking riddance. Oh boy. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would be like unenterable. I thought it would be unenterable or uninhabitable. It's actually not as bad as I thought. I was expecting much worse. Yeah, well, I guess some rooms might still be collapsed and the lab might be gone and everything. Oh, Mace. Oh, Mace. Oh, wow, this place is still functional. This fucking place, the containment unit is still functional. Wow. Okay. Lights ahoy and everything.
Does it feel as real?
She's afraid Fitz will be the same guy he was in the framework.
No. She's afraid he still loves someone else.
And Ophelia, I'm pretty sure Ophelia still wants that love. She still wants that love and she still loves him.
It's me they won't forgive.
Oh, no. Oh, Fitz. No, Fitz. You.
They shouldn't.
Oh, God.
Things we regret.
I did those things. Not some other man or a decoy. Me.
I mean, technically it was another man with different
Programmed
setups
into you
for
by
life.
an overbearing father figure.
Just like
Yeah.
Ward. I'm just...
No, don't do this, Fitz. Don't do this. Don't. Please don't.
How could she even look me in the eye? She wouldn't stand the sight of me at all.
Because she loves you. She loves you.
How could she stomach it?
To try to understand what you two felt for each other. You and Gemma. And I finally do.
Yeah.
They are the
What we
blueprint.
felt.
They are the blueprint.
Past tense. Because my future with Gemma is dead.
Oh
Killed that too. You understand that my love will never fade.
No, I know. Poor thing. You're romantic. And there's only room in your heart
For her. In the framework, you were my whole world, but
But?
This is real.
But what, Leopold?
Oh God, Ophelia.
I only mean that Gemma.
Oh.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Calm down. We're just
Oh,
talking.
God.
This is a new emotion for you.
Oh, anger. Anger. Oh no.
I clawed my way through that world, worked myself to the bone to have a choice, to have bones and blood and freedom and love and no! We will build a life together, whether you want to or not.
Ophelia. No, Ophelia. No. Oh, yeah, no, you can't teleport out of here. You can't teleport out of here. Containment
We're
unit.
stuck in here?
Yeah. Oh God. Oh God. Oh jeez.
I got you. Go.
Oh Davis. Oh Davis.
That's not our only power.
What other powers does she have? Lincoln! Oh, Lincoln's electricity! Oh yeah, no, they collected other inhuman powers. They collected other inhuman powers. Are they all in her now? Is she some kind of all-powerful, like, omnipotent inhuman now?
You assume each and every one of them's a damn C-3PO unless you hear otherwise from me. And this one, if she so much as blinks, you take her down. Am I
How
clear?
dare
Is
you?
that really necessary?
Unless you can explain to me in 50 words or less why I found Jeffrey Mace's body washed up on the beach with his bones quaked apart. 12 S.H.I.E.L.D. agents in critical with burns or broken bones. 3 dead, double hits to the heart, and crushed frickin' skulls. Can you explain it?
I can try.
Well, go ahead and try. Go ahead and try. Oh. Oh God.
No, don't shoot! That was not us! That thing is not a friendly!
Get you out of here.
She's everywhere. Who's everywhere?
Ophelia.
Where's that Speedy Gonzalez girl? Who's attacking us?
Because Elena. Her name is Elena. You shit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Oh, 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 oh.
She can't be stopped!
Oh god, tell me Davis is gonna be okay.
person that knows about the Inhumans we tested.
How much can she withstand? Is Davis gonna be
Let's see what
okay?
happens.
Davis, we already left him.
Davis, oh no, Davis. Oh,
Sorry,
and
he's already dead.
the other guy too. I really need to look up his damn name. I feel terrible. Oh no. Oh, we can't even look at her. Can't even look at her. Oh no, she's in the framework. She went back into the framework. She went into the framework.
We both know there are things beyond this universe.
Like a
And
multiverse.
you may, in fact, be one of them.
I don't want it.
No, you want all the good and none of the bad. You
I
don't want
can
any of the bad.
Make you feel something else. That book helps build worlds.
Oh, the dark hole. Oh, now she's introducing herself to alcohol.
I want them to suffer.
Oh, God. Oh.
Now, make me feel something else.
Oh, they are gonna hook up. I didn't want to say it, but no, they are gonna hook up. I didn't. Oh, God. Oh. 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 Oh, there was an LMD. Okay, an LMD.
All better now.
Damn. Well, at least we know Ada's a top. We know Ada's a top now.
We lost 3 men, sir.
Clear out. They'll have hazmat come in at dawn.
Oh, oh. 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 Oh, the machine. The machine's coming. Who's coming through? He's back! The rider's back! The ghost rider's back! Robbie came back. Oh god, where is she? Oh, she's locked up. She's chained up. She is chained up. Oh. Oh god. Yeah. Oh jeez. Ah, still keeping that end theme. Still keeping the end theme. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, that was good. That was jam packed. That was jam packed with some good old fashioned drama and hysterics and some action here and there. God, yeah, that was wow. Yeah, again, some big penultimate episodes. So yeah, I have no idea where the fuck to start. So I mean, yeah, everyone comes out the framework. You know, and I genuinely have no idea where to start. Where to start with this. But yeah, no, I think I'll start with the big thing right at the very end. Should I mention the big thing right now? I think probably best to get out of the way, right? Just to get out of the way before I, forget anything. But yeah, no, so, well, yeah, I think, should I don't know. I don't know, because my mind needs time to process that kind of thing accurately. So I think I'll probably believe that a bit later. But yeah, so everyone comes out the framework, and everyone remembers, so it's not just Fitz, everyone does remember. I think Fitz doing what he did, being who he was in the framework, he definitely kind of takes in the brunt of that kind of trauma and the brunt of that kind of like overwhelming kind of release of memories onto him. And it's like, I think what interests me and gets to me the most is that, I think it's like it's actual memories. It's not just visions. It's not just kind of like it's not like even May declaring like it's not like they had another dream and then it's not like they just had a really long dream and woke up. It's like they lived an entirely different life, or pretty much in like an alternate universe, like an alternate dimension. But then and now they've come back into the one that they know is real. And I think the framework too. I mean, yeah, like I think physically speaking, it is a virtual reality. It is within it is like some extremely like now thanks to the Darkhold, some extremely advanced and layered like amounts of code stored within actual physical hardware and stuff. So it's like but I mean, with like is it the kind of thing? Is it the kind of universe that would be included in like an episode of What If? Because I mean, What If obviously would never like explore the framework. But I think is that something that they would actually kind of consider including in What If, or actually is it something that would count in in under the concept of What If? Like, is it something that would really actually consider to be counted, or consider be included under that kind of definition, or because I mean look, the episode that literally introduced the framework is called What If. That was the very first What If that Marvel ever did in any format. Besides from comics, I mean, comics they've had plenty of different What Ifs, but I think under like actual visual kind of entertainment, like TV and movies, like that is the first What If they ever did before doing the What If animated stuff that we now know. So I think it would kind of have to, because then again, like I think the What Ifs themselves are not based exclusively on other material realities, but it's also like it literally falls under that name, like what if this happened, or what if that happened. I think, and then this one is like what if Hydra ruled the world? What if the team that we knew was very, very fractured and splintered and didn't really know each other in the same way, and then they were very different people and everything. So it's essentially like based on like one giant what if made up of different other. It's one giant what if made up from other kind of sub what ifs. Like what if Fitz was raised by his dad instead? What if May never killed the girl? What if Coulson never joined Shield? What if Ward never said yes? What if Ward was approached by Victoria Hand instead? And stuff like that. So like all these different kind of like all these different kind of like sub what ifs lead into this more kind of giant what if of like what if Hydra led the world and humans were hunted and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think with that being that, I think I'm kind of curious as like and I think especially like the way they go into it, it definitely does feel like a very real world. They can interact with other people and other elements, and they can actually pick stuff up, and it's like like it's got a form of, depending on how you go into it, there's a form of actual self-awareness to it as well. So I am very like I think like the way you experience it is as a material reality. So then I'm wondering maybe if maybe it's not just the fact that the code expanded, but maybe also maybe something that they haven't mentioned here, or maybe something that's implied is that the Darkhold not only allowed Ada to expand upon the framework from what Radcliffe built, but it also allowed the framework itself to be some kind of a gateway into an actual pocket dimension, so like an actual pocket universe where the framework exists as a material reality powered by this kind of code. So I mean, I think maybe even actually allowing her to actually create create a universe in more ways than one. So it creates a universe not just as a virtual reality, but it actually creates like this little pocket dimension where the world is the framework and everything. So yeah. So then I can't help but wonder if maybe destroying the framework would also mean that maybe then you destroy that dimension too. If you destroy the framework, you destroy that universe. But then the energy itself can't be destroyed. It can't be created or destroyed. It can only be changed, and it just moves on to become something else. First law of, I think it's thermodynamics. I was going to say infernodynamics. I was going to say infernodynamics, but then no, that's the name of the episode. I think the first law of thermodynamics: energy not destroyed or created, just kind of changes on an everlasting journey throughout life. So even if they destroyed that universe, the energy from that universe would just kind of go on to do something else or be something else. But then I think I do wonder maybe if the Darkhold actually allowed her to create the framework somewhere out there in the vast expanse of the multiverse as a little pocket dimension of its own, floating around in the abyss and everything. And then the framework, the headset where the framework they go into is literally like a gateway where they can actually access maybe that kind of form of interdimensional travel too. So it's I think it can definitely still kind of operate as a network too, actually built into the machinery and everything. But then again, with the Darkhold, more is made possible that we just don't fully kind of see in that kind of visual way. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like a theory, I guess. It could be absolute crap. Could still just be like super advancements of servers and networks and code and all that jazz. But I don't know. It just sounded like it sounded kind of plausible. So maybe it pans out, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But either way, I think May especially. I mean, May pretty much took the words out of Coulson's mouth, but May and Coulson did pretty much did very much feel like like what happened in there was that they actually did live an entirely different life. I think for them too, it's like I think it's also the fact that they were placed into their avatars at exactly the right age too. So it's not like I mean technically only technically because of the fact that because of the fact that they were not put into the framework and then made to grow up as kids and onwards, but it's like they were put into their avatars as fully grown adults, as present day adults, but then given different backstories and different kind of histories and everything, which then was just so fleshed out enough to make them believe, oh yeah, we have like completely different past lives now, we have completely different journeys and everything. So because of that, the pre-installed memory, the pre-installed history, and the future that they then go on to create from those memories is what makes them feel like they've actually lived two different lives. So and then of course like the interactivity with other people, the interactivity with the world, and the way that their actions from then on can actually definitely influence stuff, definitely makes it feel like they've lived two different lives. So there's that. And then we see the effect of that stuff happening firsthand on the people coming out, and I think it's definitely kind of relatively easier on Daisy and Simmons, them having gone in and come out self-aware and still kind of being aware of everything going on. But yeah, no, I am definitely kind of curious to see how the team actually moves forward from that too. Like how they get, like they've come back to they've essentially come back to a world where that Shield has been destroyed, and then even like there's nothing left, and it's like even Talbot came back. We actually got fucking Talbot back in. He came back and he was announcing like an actual manhunt for whoever was left within Shield, because he saw it as like a terrorist attack within Shield, and that he. Son of a bitch placed Daisy responsible. Like, not that she couldn't do that, because she is hella powerful, but still, she would not destroy her own organization, her own family, her own home from within like that. So absolute bullshit, Talbot. But he started up that manhunt and called them all robots, and he was stuck on the whole robot thing, and then actually personally pointing, waggling his fingers at Daisy and everything, and apparently I think Mace's body was actually hacked apart by Ivanov with a hammer to make it look like his body had been quaked apart, similar to Mace, to Mac even. So his body had been hacked apart and then left in pieces on like a beach and everything. So then to Talbot, he found the body and he said, "Oh, we found the body in pieces, quaked apart in pieces on the shores and everything." So that's just gruesome too, because I think, his bones too, like that was his human body. They literally dismembered his human fucking body. That wasn't even an LMD. That was just Jesus. I think, but then I wonder if they. Wait, no, I think I should. I mean, he said bones, and LMDs don't have bones, so that much is clear. Yeah, I think he specifically said bones. So that makes me wonder, like if they actually did, because I think. May's body and LMD, May and Colton's bodies would have been obliterated by that blast, because they were literally May was sat right on top of it. She was sat right on top of it, and then Colton was like 5 feet away. So I think they both would have been obliterated by that blast more than Daisy did to Mac. But then Mac's body, his head would have been apart, but then his body would still be there. And then Mace's body too. He was never dismembered or harmed. He was just kind of he fought with Daisy, and then she jabbed the electric syringe into him and did that kind of stuff. So then his body, I think, so it makes me wonder, his body, at least Mace's LMD body, would they have actually found that and then done that? Because if they found that, then they would know that there was a robot version of him within Shield, but then they also found his dismembered human body out in the open on the beach too. So. I don't think he actually mentioned anything about that, but then if he did, then that would have been a real head scratcher too. So okay, so we got like a dead robot Mace, and we got a dead human Mace too. So either way, Mace is dead, but this is just like overkill almost. But yeah, so then he did mention how how Shield had blown up and nothing was left, and the wreckage was too damaged to really fully explore. But then he still found a number of dead agents and a lot of crushed skulls too, crushed heads and everything. So oh god, yeah, just Just so then that kind of prompted him. And I think I think again I think there's some stuff I don't always immediately say in reactions. You might be able to tell from my face or something, but I think that there's some stuff I don't immediately kind of call out or don't immediately say. Sometimes I just think I might jinx it, or sometimes I think I might just like end up just saying nonsense. But I think part of me did end up wondering, like, oh my god, did they actually did Ada actually capture Talbot in the real world and make him an LMD too? Maybe there's like an LMD Talbot running around pretending to be the real Talbot, but then and then that one is actually calling out like an official kind of manhunt for Shield agents and everything, or many ones. I think to me like that seemed to be like the only believable thing, because then he's been like up until then I mean they did have that one final kind of spat between him and Coulson, but aside from that, he was still kind of working with S.H.I.E.L.D., he was still cooperating with them and everything, so but for him to all of a sudden turn around and be like, oh, we need to arrest S.H.I.E.L.D., and S.H.I.E.L.D. is bad, and to jump onto the S.H.I.E.L.D., S.H.I.E.L.D. is made up of terrorists bandwagon again, just seemed kind of sudden and out of nowhere, and I think especially after seeing S.H.I.E.L.D. blown out from the inside too, I thought he might have more sympathy and be like, what the hell happened, instead of actually jumping to conclusions after a few bodies here and there, and actually, seeing all this stuff. And I think it would make no sense for Daisy to have quaked Mace like that too. So I think I don't know why he jumped to that. I mean, he saw her power patterns, but then because he had no trouble actually. Because I think back in season 2, he had no trouble doubting that S.H.I.E.L.D. had become terrorists in that way either. Like when I can't remember what his name was, when fucking Hawkman from DC, he played like a faux S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. And he kind of attacked like a meeting of world leaders or whatever, and he was like, oh, S.H.I.E.L.D. is done hiding. He threw splinter bombs and everything, and he was Hydra and everything. So like when that attack happened, Talbot had little to no issue actually second guessing himself and be like, you know what, sir, I actually don't think this is S.H.I.E.L.D.'s doing it at all. S.H.I.E.L.D. is way too this isn't S.H.I.E.L.D.'s MO deep down. But then with this one, I mean, I guess over time things have happened, and now he's actually, and also like this has happened, but then also S.H.I.E.L.D. is nowhere to be found either, and maybe he's even tried contacting Coulson, expecting that Coulson would have some spy tricks up his sleeve to respond, but then nothing's happened, so then he just kind of assumes the worst, and like after that kind of amount of time and everything. So I don't know, just a lot of stuff's gone down, and he's now jumped on the S.H.I.E.L.D. as terrorist bandwagon again, and now and then he let them go at the end. And then demanded that they search for any other bodies and stuff like that. But yeah, no, Talbot returned. So that was great. And then yeah, the LMDs came back. LMD Ivanovs, multiple plural. I have no idea where the fuck the human one is. I literally thought the one at the end with the harness and the short sleeve vest might be the human one, but then even Ada topped his ass to Kingdom Come, and he got his head bashed in. That was the electric crickling. I thought it was he was human, and then she was gonna end up bashing his head in, but no, I mean, she did bash his head in, and yeah, he was LMD, so I think I have no idea whether he was. I think, thinking back to that scene, to what she did, so I mean, she had the human one on the operating table and took out like a saw or something and started going to work and everything, and then by the end of the episode, it was like his head was shown in a human jar. I assumed back then that was his human head, and then the rest of his body was human, but then his actual human head hadn't been replaced by a cyborg or something. But I guess maybe that's not what happened. Maybe I mean, but then he did mention that his head is in it's still somewhere out there, actually controlling like a network of LMD Ivanovs. So then like multiple different LMD Ivanovs actually connect like a hive mind to this one head. So then his head is gone, but then his body, I don't know what she did with that. Like his head, I mean, that's where his brain is. So then his brain is still being used to control the brain, the quantum dark hole created brains of the other ones. I think so a lot of LMDs that she had to build. But yeah, so then the LMD Ivanovs came in, and then they were there to greet May and Coulson when they woke up, and they had to deal with the aftermath of Ophelia teleporting away with Fitz, and then they were there, and then they fought and stuff. So that was cool. I think especially May just being hopped up on adrenaline and just going to town on the thing's head with the hammer and everything was super cool to see, and her just having like an adrenaline crash afterwards, and especially Coulson's shield thing. Like, so Coulson's shield actually works in that way. Coulson's shield works in like a similar enough way to the way that the sorcerer's shields work. Like with Wong in Infinity War, he actually used the shield to actually slice off Cull Obsidian's kind of arm in Infinity War and everything. So I think that one, like, if it's closed on you, it can definitely cut things off. So then Coulson's shield thing actually did kind of open midway through his actual face, and then it actually went through his face and sliced it clean off, and then his face just slid off. And I think like that animation too of like it sliding off reminded me of the Mortal Kombat fatality when you got the sword spinning in the air and the guy just goes like phasing through and it just chops him up and everything. But then he goes through face first, so his face is flying off and everything. So that was cool. His shield can do a lot. And then that's one of them. So it can deflect, it can buck you in the face, and it can also slice your bodily parts clean off, and not all in one go. So yeah, that was cool. And then we found out exactly what framework Hydra were doing in the framework. So they weren't just experimenting on Inhumans. They weren't just they weren't just imprisoning them or conditioning them or whatever. They were actually collecting each and every one of their powers. I mean, so yeah, they actually collected up various Inhuman powers. They had teleportation. I think so. From Gordon, I think they must have found Gordon in the framework. They must have actually found Gordon at some point in the framework, and I don't know if they actually specifically looked for him, or I think they definitely kind of set up a system to test and detect Inhumans, and the ones that were actually positive, they actually took their powers away from them and stuff. So then probably killed them after that, or disposed of them somewhere, or maybe even actually sent them back to those concentration camps they had, or something. So they found Inhumans, so they collected their powers and everything. So yeah, there was that. So they had that. So then I think the powers she displayed were Gordon's teleportation. She had a self-healing one too. After Davis shot her, she had a self-healing one too. So I think I don't know where she got that one from. I think maybe James. I don't know if James could do that. I think she got like an actual self-healing one that showed off like an orange fiery glow when she was healing up the bullet wounds and everything. That's what she had. And then in the containment unit she had Lincoln's electric kind of blast and everything. So seeing those back was really cool. So I mean, we know they already got Lincoln. There was confirmation that Lincoln had been captured, experimented, and he died in the framework and everything. So she got Lincoln's powers through that. So that was cool. And then yeah, Davis and the other agent. I think I'm gonna do that right now. I think would it be a spoiler? I don't know if it would be a spoiler. I can't tell if it would be a spoiler. I'm gonna see if I can actually check up his name right now because I feel bad calling him the other guy. I have no idea what to actually look up, so I don't know how to go about this. But if someone does remember his name, please do let me know in the comments. If someone does remember his name, please do let me know. So he died. How did he die? I think what actually happened to him? I think he he was killed by Ophelia. Like him and Davis were actually killed by Ophelia. They were down there. They were actually down there. So I think, unless a body can still somehow be recovered, I can't imagine Ada actually held back. I cannot imagine in any way that Ada actually held back from what she was doing. So I think there's a good chance they actually died, and they died getting Fitz out of there. So R.I.P. to them. They'll never be forgotten. They kept things afloat. They fought like hell to still keep keep S.H.I.E.L.D. alive. They fought like hell to keep S.H.I.E.L.D. alive in the aftermath of the giant explosion and everyone being in the framework and everything. They fought like hell to keep everything running. So they are warriors. They are soldiers. They are agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They are well-earned and hard-working agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So hats off to them, and R.I.P. to them too. Piper is the only one that made it out. We still have Piper. We still have one solid badass agent left. So we've still got Piper, but R.I.P. to them. R.I.P. to Davis. And yeah, so yeah, and then yeah, Coulson was feeling guilty. I think May definitely kind of took the time to question exactly how soon and how quickly he knew. I'm assuming that we'd catch on right away because it took him only one episode to find out that the Agent 13, or I think not Agent 13, that's Sharon Carter, Agent 33. Pretending to be May, it took him like just one episode, and all he had to do was actually ask her one question once he caught on a bit and stuff. So yeah, and I think to be fair though, I think that was like an actually entirely different person who knew next to nothing of May's history with Coulson. That was like an entirely different person pretending to be her, whereas this one was actually like an actual programmed May with her own thoughts and feelings and her own memories of her time with Coulson. actually being kind of present and everything. So then it took Coulson a bit longer to detect her because of that and everything. So there was that, and then and then like slowly revelations start to come into place. So first it took you a while to actually figure out it was the real me. Then she tried to kiss you, and you kissed her back, and then you even cracked open our precious fucking bottle of Hague with that robotic pseudo May and everything. So she was just time after time, she was just finding out all these different things that Coulson already did with LMD May that he was actually saving for the human May. So May is just Coulson was just feeling kind of embarrassed and guilty about that. Like, okay, I know, I'm sorry, it's not the best kind of display of romantics and love when I can't even tell the real you and LMD apart, but still, it was genuine. He was thinking of her the whole time and stuff. I mean, would that really count as cheating? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. Would that really count as cheating? I mean, because they really didn't do anything. I think I know. I mean, I think I don't know if it would, because I think it's like her, but it's another version of her. It's another version of her. So I think I'm not sure it would be cheating. I think it's a version of her that they both believe is the same, or at least equal in some ways. So I'm not too sure. I really don't think that would fall under cheating. I really don't think that would actually fall under cheating. So yeah, but either way, I mean, he still felt guilty about. I think he definitely still felt guilty about a number of things, but also like not having realized it wasn't that it wasn't May sooner, and for actually having engaged in all that kind of like lovey-dovey and really kind of like romantic save the date stuff with her instead of the real May, or instead of the human May. So yeah, that was fun. And then Ophelia had quite the journey in this episode. She had quite. I mean, I trust it's still okay to call her Ophelia, because I don't know, because I think she began as Ada. I think she began as Ada, but then she became Ophelia in the framework. And I think Ophelia was who was actually. I think Ada is now dead. Ada's any original bodies that Ada had are now fully gone. So I think Ada's intention was always to implant herself into the framework and then bring herself back into the real world using that kind of technology. So I think, so that I think now, like she is officially like Ophelia now, and I think especially like she lived as a human in the framework as well. She she lived as the human Madame Hydra and everything in the framework as well. So that is the version of herself that she wanted to be brought into real life. So I think now she is officially Ophelia and everything. So yeah, she has quite the journey actually discovering all these different emotions. And I think in this one episode alone, Mallory Jansen killed it. I think, oh god, this entire season she's been doing such a rock solid and stellar job of portraying Ada in all these different shades, in all these different tones, and all these different kinds of stances and everything. And I think this episode alone just kind of shows Ophelia just having like a roller coaster ride of madness through this through the real world and everything. So like Mallory Jansen portraying that is on point in this episode. In this episode alone, it's on point. So massive, major hats off to her. But I think she also just kind of like slowly begins experiencing all these new human emotions, both physical and emotional. Like physically, she's just standing on the edge of the beach and she's feeling the sand beneath her feet and the wind on her skin, and she's feeling the water and the foam rushing up past her feet, and she's seeing that kind of seeing that kind of character portrayal of different actions and emotions and different kind of like responses was really, really good to see, and seeing her portraying Ophelia in that kind of expressive and that kind of open of like a state was really, really good. And seeing her experiencing joy for the first time, like the joy of having her own body and the joy of having her like being able to live, making her own choices and feeling herself and feeling like comfortable in her own skin was great. And her having taken Fitz too, she loved him, so she was feeling the joy of being reunited with him as well, and actually being reunited with Leopold and everything. But yeah, I think there were very many different scenes actually exploring how she kind of came to finally finalize and evaluate her emotions, and how she finally came to evaluate her time with Fitz and her time with life overall, and her experiencing stuff so differently in the framework, and it all being finalized now in the real world with her new organic body and everything, and like her experiencing all these emotions for the first time, actually her panicking her panicking with fear and anxiety, and her panicking with the actual fear of death and everything, and her experiencing like reluctance and fear and all these different things, and her actually finally like being able to feel love and exclaiming that love fits and everything was a really interesting kind of thing to see. And especially that conversation in the containment unit too, like, yeah, especially I think that conversation in the containment unit too, and especially Simmons were like watching it, like we're watching the monitor feedback on the tablet as well, like actually seeing her react to all the to all the different things she was hearing too. And I think, you know, like Fitz or Fitz, I think he somehow kept it together. I think that breakdown he had in Simmons' arms was a long time coming. Like, he spent almost the entire episode actually trying to keep Ophelia calm and not necessarily under control, but like he tried to keep her calm and tried to keep her from lashing out too much or actually hurting other people. So he spent the entire episode actually trying to keep his environment under control. And then in the end of it, like seeing him break down into Simmons' arms at the end of it, he's like, we got a tease with what he was thinking. We got a tease of his breakdown with what he was actually thinking, like him telling Ophelia, like they'll forgive you in time, but it's me. I'm the one they'll never forgive after what I did in the framework, after what I did to them, after what I did to other innocent people, the people that I was sworn to protect within S.H.I.E.L.D. and outside of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then the people that I was actually, you know, sworn to protect in general. He was so busy beating himself. He was so into beating himself up that he was, you know, assuming that the others would do it too, and you know, like he felt like he deserved, like he was going through Daisy's thing of like actually having hurt people and stuff, and he was going through Daisy's thing of actually having been under like a different kind of mind control and actually having hurt people and stuff, and then actually dealing with the aftermath of those actions and then the consequences of those actions, and he was forcibly inserting himself into those consequences, and he was actually so kind of insistent that, you know, like that he deserved to suffer for what he did, and he had to pay for what he did and everything. So and even worse, he even emphasized that kind of feeling, that kind of backlash onto Gemma too. That you know, he fully believed that Gemma would never look at him the same way again. She'd never feel the same way about him again. He fully believed that he had created like a monster in her eyes, and that he was now unlovable and everything. And that broke Gemma's heart, because Gemma fought tooth and claw and nail and everything, every other kind of body part you can think of. She fought like hell to try and rescue him from the framework, to try and see him, and to convince other people that the Dr. Fitz that they were seeing in front of them wasn't the Fitz that she knew at all. It wasn't the real Fitz, and she fought like hell to bring that Fitz back. And now she finally has him back. But then he's also like so. Just angst. That's literally all this episode is. It's just Fitzsimmons angst. Like I think 50% of this episode is Fitzsimmons angst. Fitz believing that he doesn't deserve to be loved anymore, and that he's committed crimes beyond justification or beyond like any kind of like forgiveness. And then Simmons comes in like, no, you are the man I fucking love, and you are that is not you. That like none of that is you. You are still the same lady from Fitzsimmons that she fell in love with. First day at the academy, and then you know, like that she's grown to love even more over all these years and everything. And she will be damned if she lets him, or if he lets himself actually fall into this rabbit hole of depression and like, you know, just overall just kind of like self kind of deprecation and self blame and everything. So. Oh my god, it's just a mess. It's an absolute. It's an angsty mess. It's an angsty fucking mess. But she did try and do some good. She did try and do some good in the episode. She saved Mac. I genuinely thought we were gonna lose Mac too. I was like, God damn it, we're at the end of the season. Losing someone only makes sense now. Like, I mean, losing someone at any point, you know, like we lost Mace like halfway through, over halfway through. Like given that the framework arc was actually over halfway through, we lost him like halfway through the framework arc itself. So we lost Mace, and losing Mac didn't seem implausible given that it was the finale too. So I thought, oh god, they're really going to take two people away from us, and that's going to be the end of that. But no, Ophelia saved Mac. Ophelia managed to save Mac, and then he was still plugged into the. So I think the headset itself might be the main connector. If you take the headset off, then that fries his brain, and then that kind of shuts down the framework and everything. But then she get the framework headset on, and she saved him, and pulled Fitz out the water too, and then she came through, and then she saved him. She did something good, you know. Fitz tried to teach her override the fear and override that kind of stuff with compassion and empathy, and try and think about other people, and try and especially think about the people that she's kind of endangered on the Baltic Sea raft place thing, whatever it was called. So he tried to teach her some compassion and empathy, and he tried to teach her all those right things too, like stuff that Dr. Fitz would never have taught her. He tried to teach her and everything. So yeah, so that stuff was really good, and then she actually put it to good work, and she actually confronted. I can't remember if that was before or after, but I think she did definitely confront Ivanov too, and then that didn't really go to plan. But she saved someone. She saved Mac, and then swiftly afterwards, Gemma was more than prepared. She was well prepared. She'd been waiting for it since she actually entered the framework. She was more than well prepared to actually fire an ISA into Ophelia, and then actually put Fitz down with the same ISA too. I think for a second, it took me a while to actually process that the stat, because I think there's a visual and also audio kind of difference between the ISIS and the actual regular guns. I think it took me a while to actually process that, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, definitely ISIS. So yeah, she took them both, and I think the ISIS would work on Ophelia now. Her being in like a regular human body that responds to those chemicals, the ISIS would work. So good shots from Gemma. And then yeah, I think after that kind of conversation in the containment chamber, and I think especially like Ophelia expressing her feelings and being like, then I came to understand you in the framework, and you're so full of love now, and you're full of compassion. You love so deeply, and I love that, and I appreciate that, and I have love for you, and I hope you reciprocate that. And then Fitz is like, yeah, I've really missed Simmons. I love Simmons with all my heart and soul. And she's just like, what the did you just say? She just like, she poured her heart and soul out for like 5-10 solid minutes, and then all of a sudden he reverts straight back to the original missus and everything. So yeah, that did not make her happy. That did not make her too happy. So I mean, and I think that scene overall too, that scene like them. I think that was also like one that was also seen with like how Fitz was looking at Ophelia too, with how Fitz was looking at Ophelia, and like where like how his face was positioned. I was worried that he might remember his time as Dr. Fitz and remember how much he loved her as Dr. Fitz, and I thought, oh god, he's actually going to try and go in for a kiss, and then Gemma's going to see, and it's going to break her heart and everything. But then no, Fitz was still him. He was still the Leopold Fitz from Earth 1 that we actually. I think technically, I mean, with this being MCU, I think MCU is actually 199999. I think it's like a bunch of nines. I think it's actually Earth 1199999 something. So yeah, so with this being real life Fitz, Fitz that still kind of grew up under his mother and met Simmons and fell in love with her, and got into a relationship with her and everything. He still remembers her, and he still kind of goes back to declaring his love for her again. And then Ophelia is less than pleased, to say the least. But then she lashes out. She did fully lashes out, and she's completely unprepared to have her heart broken like that, and to actually have to deal with the backlash of those kinds of emotions and that kind of like negativity and everything. So she wants not only to feel emotions, but she wants to have biased emotions too. She wants to feel all of the good and none of the bad. She never wants to feel pain. She never wants to feel emotional pain like heartbreak or sadness or anything like that, or anything like that. Like she only ever wants anything that will actually make her happy and to actually keep her satisfied and everything. So she wants that kind of emotional kind of like not even balance, just emotional exclusivity pretty much. But then Fitz can't give her that because he doesn't love her. He loves Simmons, and I think deep down he so desperately wants to be able to actually be a good guy in Simmons' eyes again, and he hates what he might have become in Simmons' eyes too. He hates the monster that he fears he became in Simmons' eyes, and how Simmons might never love him again because of what he's done. But then deep down he's like, what, I'm willing to try, and I think eventually I can actually give it a go. And then he does declare that he still has feelings for her despite what his current nightmares are doing in his head and everything. So then yeah, Ophelia is less than pleased, and she lashes out and she just screams at him. Like that transition as well, that transition from oh god I love you Fitz, and I love how you love, and I totally understand you, to just fully kind of putting him on blast and just completely breaking him down and everything. And then everyone comes through and saves him. So yeah, that was a ride. That was a roller coaster ride. And then yeah, seeing her go from that to a full-on killing spree under S.H.I.E.L.D. 2, and then Talbot coming in with his men, and him just kind of him having his own breakdown, like accusing Coulson and being like a complete super robot, and then like Coulson and May and everyone else are the super rebels, and Coulson especially being a super rebel, and then just waggling his little accusatory finger at Daisy, accusing her of actually of having destroyed everything. Was just it's just Talbot, just pure Talbot. So he came in, and Ada, Ophelia went on her kind of teleporting killing spree and everything. I think what got to me in that one too. I think it was two things. I think what got to me in that one too was actually the combined horror of Ophelia actually teleporting around, killing people, and actually doing her thing, and actually being angry and lashing out. That combined with Fitz's fear too. That was what actually kind of really sold that whole kind of sequence for me. Like Fitz's fear, like him just yelling, screaming, saying that she can't be stopped. Don't try and face her. She can't be stopped. We can only escape and run and try and get somewhere. Like she can't be stopped. And even him actually trying to reach out to May, being like, May, you and I both worked in Hydra in the framework. Exactly only we know what happened with those inhuman powers in it. I think that makes you wonder, right? I think he didn't phrase it that way specifically to me, but I think he did remind her that of what they did in the framework too. I think he did remind her you and I know what happened to those Inhumans. We've experimented on them and took their powers and everything, and made sure they didn't transition. So I think she didn't know they were. I think she didn't specifically know they were collected, but I think she knew that that the Inhuman powers were being taken. So then I think she put two and two together and actually realized, oh crap, they're all inside of Ada, so inside of Ophelia. So then she realized that, oh yeah, if that many powers are inside her, then we're in some serious trouble. So then that kind of stuff really kind of sold the scene for me. So I think again, Ian DeKuyster, he can really sell stuff like anger and fear. I feel like for him, he can really sell stuff like anger and fear and those kinds of really energetic and really kind of expressive kind of emotions and expressive dialogues and everything. He just is that kind of good. But then Ophelia eventually did find her way back. I think it was after that. I think it definitely had to be after that she then teleported and found herself back on the Baltic Sea thing too. And then she actually confronted Ivanov, and then stuff like that happened. But I think after that, then she then went back. No, I think it was before that. I think it was that, and then I think then maybe she saved Mac or something, and then she actually went back to Shield, and then after the breakdown, she then went back to Ivanov too, and then then after that she had a very visible breakdown and stuff, and then her and Ivanov kind of plotted to kind of actually create that, actually bring that world even more to life again, and actually make sure that Inhumans won. I think Ivanov would be all up for a world where Inhumans are hunted and experimented upon and killed and everything, so he was more than happy to help build that world with a dark code. But then with Ophelia now feeling this all new kind of pain, she wanted to make Shield suffer. She wanted to make the team suffer. She wanted to make Fitz suffer. She wanted to actually kind of inflict some pain on them. And I think that scene too, with Ophelia initially being I really don't like this pain. I don't like this feeling. I want to feel something else. And then Ivanov was like, well, if you want, I can make you feel something else. I didn't want to say anything. I did not want to say anything, but I was actually kind of curious / concerned, being like, does he mean what I think he means? Is he actually offering to be some kind of aphrodisiac for her? Is he actually offering to hook up with her and actually bang the pain away or something? But I think even after that she put two and two together. Even after that she actually put two and two together and actually started to make out with him, and then pinned him down to the floor and everything. So she has that kind of power. And then 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 she topped him. She literally topped him. So we now know Ophelia / Ada is a top. Whoever she is, she's a top. She's a top. We know that much now. And she looks good in green too, even in the real world, even in the regular world, without it being a specific Hydra design. She still looks amazing in green, like that green kind of top she had on. And everything, and her hair is just pristine as always, and she's just Mallory Jansen is just gorgeous. This show has no shortage of gorgeous people. This show has no shortage of gorgeous women on it. So but she did that. She topped him, and then she bashed his skull in. So I think that was the one where I was actually wondering, is that the human one she's killing? Is that the actual kind of original host kind of Ivanov that she's killing? But then as she kept on doing it, I think you did hear the electricity kind of crackling in the background, and then the flashing and everything. So then that was confirmation that he was in fact the he was yet another LMD. And then as she was doing that too, then like yet another, I don't even know if that was an LMD or if that was human, but I think there was yet another Ivanov just standing in the doorway, actually watching her top his LMD twin and then break his head in. So yeah, just yeah, goddamn. So yeah, so Ophelia is out there, and she's still in the submarine with Ivanov, and now she's plotting her own thing, and now she's doing her own thing. So yes, I think now they have you know who back. Now they have just the chains of damnation. The hellish chains of damnation are back, and they've got him back. They've got the rest of the team. They just have to try and actually save Elena now and everything. So and save Elena and Mac and everything. So now they can, well, with Ghost Rider, they can fully take the fight to Ivanov. With Ghost Rider in the game, they can take the fight to Ivanov. God damn. But no, yeah, they can do that, and yeah, it's just so much. So yes, I mean, Elena went back into the framework. Elena found out that Hope was in the framework. I think she to begin with, she thought it was just as easy as actually knocking him out. I think even what she said, actually knocking him out. I think it's because Elena has the kind of advantage / privilege of not knowing just how deep the framework runs and just how deep the people that were implanted aside from Daisy and Simmons actually were everyone else in there actually fully believed that this was their life and that this was the life they had always lived and that and that nothing was fake and that everything was real and everything. So because I think the one thing that most of them could believe in there, that Hydra was wrong. The one thing that most of them could believe in there was that Hydra was wrong. But then the idea of the world that they were living in being some kind of other kind of alternate false reality was just kind of beyond their comprehension, and they couldn't believe that the entire life that they had lived was wrong. But they could believe that the side they were fighting for was wrong. But then they couldn't really bring themselves to believe that their entire lives had been one big lie and it was one big digital kind of creation and everything. So I mean, Elena kind of had the advantage of not having seen us and not knowing how truly deep the framework runs. So then she thought, it would just be as easy as actually knocking him out and dragging him through and throwing him to the portal or something. So yeah, but then she found out. But then Daisy told her that he had hope. Daisy never knew about hope. She knew about hope from Ghost Rider, but I think she never knew that Hope was actually his daughter. So she found out that Hope was actually his daughter in the framework and everything. And then I think. And especially, I think, especially the line that got to me too was Elena confirming that in the real world Hope's dead, and then Daisy's response being like, in the real world she's dead, but in the framework she's 10. She grew up. She actually had some semblance of a life. She's had a childhood. She's growing up with her father. She's made memories. She's spent time with him, and then she spent enough time with him for him to believe that it's all real. So. Yeah, so Elena finds out that Hope is the reason that he can't leave, because he doesn't want to come back to a world without Hope, and he can't live in a world without Hope and everything. So then she has the bright idea in the middle of the standoff, or even before the standoff, to actually go and plug herself into the framework and actually try and get him out of there. So she has that bright idea. So. And then we saw in the very end too. She's within Hydra. She she has an avatar within Hydra, probably captured and experimental on just like the rest. And then she is strapped down to an experimental bed and everything. And then she's also in a building that's probably on fire. I'm calling it now. Probably the destruction of the Triskelion. Probably the destruction of the Triskelion in the sense that with the others gone. Mac and Ward and Trip have probably banded together with whoever else is left within S.H.I.E.L.D. to fight, and they probably all kind of orchestrated some kind of storming attack on the Triskelion and on Hydra. So they've actually summoned whatever resources they have, and they've actually kind of stormed Hydra and attacked them. So now the Triskelion is once again falling. And stuff, and now Elena is inside it too. So now, and I think now if she dies in there, then we lose Elena. We cannot, under any circumstances, be losing Elena Rodriguez. Okay, we cannot be losing her. We cannot be losing Yo-Yo. We can't be losing Yo-Yo. So, make something good happen and rescue her and Mac. Bring her and Mac out of there and everything. So. Yeah, But I mean, hey, if they can get the machine working, if by some miracle they can actually get that machine that Ada built working again, I think someone has to have the bright idea to actually bring to actually bring hope in, actually try and actually put hope through the machine and make her a human child again, so then Matt can raise hope again and keep her around as well, and then, you know, like, she can meet Elena too. I think Elena and Mac can be Hope's new parents. They can, I mean, Nicole is actually still alive in this world, so I think that'll be kind of awkward, but still, I think, yeah, that probably then that would probably complicate things. But again, Hope still deserves to live a life. She still deserves to actually, you know, like, bring those 10 years with her and actually continue living life too. But knowing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it probably won't work that way. So I don't even know anymore. So there's that. But Elena is in the framework now, so now they have to go back in and rescue her, and also find a way to actually rescue Mac as well, and to probably to, you know, I mean, Elena especially, but then Mac also actually finding a way to, because I think they can't really keep him alive in there much longer, but without risking more permanent kind of brain damage from the virtual reality kind of software too. So they have to find a way to either shut it down without killing him, or actually try and bring him out and do something. So I don't know how it's gonna go. I really don't know, but I guess only time will tell. So yeah. And then the big one. Oh, the big one. The ending that got me out of nowhere. Oh god, such a perfect ending. Such a perfect ending. You know, Talbot and his men finally clearing out that one room, and then, you know, you hear the wind rustling and debris and rubbish kind of falling about and everything, and then somehow amidst the explosion, I think. Actually, no. Before I get into it, I actually just want to make like a little bit of a tidbit. The building, like the actual shield base, was surprisingly more intact than I expected it to be. Like, with that explosion, given exactly like what that explosion was actually meant to be capable of doing, I was expecting far more damage, and I was expecting the entire thing to be damn near uninhabitable. I mean, granted, they didn't really explore. They didn't explore a whole lot, and that could have just been because they literally couldn't, because like a lot of the rooms were left uninhabitable. But I think it would have been cool to actually see it if the lab was still intact. Maybe if there was actually some stuff in there they could have picked up, or maybe see if there were any other rooms that they could have checked out. I think for the most part they didn't really explore too much because they couldn't, and maybe even for budgetary purposes too. Maybe they actually couldn't really film in like a whole lot of locations or anything. But yeah, like the entire base underground was still like relatively kind of held up like a bit better than I expected. So there was that. But then yeah, but anyway, back to the scene. So then you had the room, you had the wind, the debris, and then that machine, Ada's portal machine, Ada's dimensional portal machine, is still intact somehow. It's still somehow intact, and lucky for us, it's still intact. It's still somehow intact, and then that machine activates, and the rings start spinning, like the dimensional lines get drawn, and the Doctor Strange rings start spinning. Oh, and the camera pans to the front, and who else to materialize? But the spirit of fucking vengeance himself, Robbie Reyes. So Robbie is back. Robbie Reyes, the Ghost Rider, is back, and he's back in Ghost Rider form too. They never showed his human face. I think I don't know if they actually don't. I don't know if we don't get hit, like if Gabriel Luna didn't really come back until the finale, or if it was on some other kind of issue. But I think with this one. Well, I mean, this reveal looks way cooler too. This reveal, like, I mean, you know, seeing Robbie as himself would be good, but I think seeing that reveal with the flaming skull and everything, that looks way cooler. That looks way cooler, and it's official confirmation that Ghost Rider is back too. So he is coming back with the Ghost Rider still inside of him. So, you know, like, he materializes through the portal, and he comes in and he whips that chain around. He whips it around, and I think that shot too, that shot of him whipping the chain and the chain wrapping himself around him. I don't know if it was a direct reference, but it definitely did remind me of that shot in the first Nick Cage Ghost Rider movie, where he actually does whip the chains around and they wrap him around. I think it's just one of his iconic moves of actually doing the chains. Like, he just whips it around and the chain actually starts wrapping around him from shoulder to waist and everything. So I think they actually used that move and wrapped it around him and everything. So that was cool. He just comes in, he just cracks his neck and his skull's on fire, and then the portal turns off and he walks off. So Ghost Rider is back. And he's back to find S.H.I.E.L.D. And everything. So last time we saw him, Robbie made a deal. Robbie made a deal with the Ghost Rider that, you know, like, if the Rider helped him settle his score with Eli, and he helped him get rid of Eli, then he would help the Rider deal with all of the Rider scores. So I am very, very curious to know, like, exactly like what the story is there. If he's actually going to tell the S.H.I.E.L.D. team that he actually helped deal with that he actually helped settle all of the writer scores, or if he's actually going to kind of go into detail, if he's actually going to talk about what he did, what the writer scores were, and how he helped settle them. How he helped settle them. I really want to hear those stories. So hopefully he'll have some stuff to tell. But I think he's also coming back in at a very, very tense and very, very dramatic time. So I think when we do see him in the finale, it might just be like a case of like, story time later. Now's the time to fight and to protect and to actually deal with incoming crises and everything. So yeah, Ghost Rider is back. Oh boy, Robbie Reyes is back in the goddamn game. He is back in as a temporary agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. once again. So yeah, I think the only thing that would have made it cooler is if he brought back other writers with him. I think that is wishful thinking. That is really, really, really wishful thinking. But it would have been so much cooler if he actually brought back other writers with him. Like maybe if he actually brought back the guy on the horse, and maybe even if he brought back somehow. They didn't. We don't know that they're in hell or that they're in. I think we don't know where any of them are. If they're actually down in hell, or if they're still on Earth or something, or if they actually managed to find a way down to hell. But he came through, so that's what matters. So we have Robbie back now. We have Robbie back. So Ghost Rider has returned. He has made an almighty return. I can't get over that review. I really can't get over that review. So yeah, next episode, the finale, we're going to see Ghost Rider and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. battling it out against their enemies yet again. So, oh god, this is going to be a finale. This is going to be a finale. So yeah, so that is that. But yeah, I think that is pretty much all my notes covered. That's pretty much all the stuff I had written down covered. And I think what I can think of, I can't really think of anything else that's really major or really kind of discussion worthy. Just like a really packed penultimate episode, and everyone's kind of bases seem fairly equally covered, and everyone kind of seems to ready to really kind of finalize and hash things out in the next episode, and seeing it all culminate, I think it definitely feels like with Ophelia coming in and like stuff like that, and Ghost Rider coming back in at the very last minute too, and like the LMD stuff with Ivanov, it definitely feels like this episode and the next the finale are actually just like two-parters in a way that all three arcs of this season are converging into one kind of climax and converging into one kind of ending. Because they have all been bouncing off of each other and actually building off of each other fairly fluidly and fairly smoothly and fairly easily. So I think it feels like this episode and then the next episode are definitely going to be acting as the ultimate climax and the ultimate ending. So all three arcs merged into one. So that is just going to be insane. That's going to be insane. Like Ghost Rider versus LMDs. Oh god, okay, that was I need to stop teasing myself and just wait for the actual kind of satisfaction that is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 4 finale. So yeah, but and anything I did miss out on, anything I might have misinterpreted or something, then absolutely feel free to let me know in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are too. I can as these episodes go by, I can only imagine what the chaos was like actually watching this unfold live, and just all the speculation that could have been happening and all the craziness that would have been unfolding within within your own reactions and everything. So let me know what you thought as per usual, and let me know what you enjoyed and what you're looking forward to and stuff, and just the usual. So yeah, that is pretty much all I've got so far for this one. So that was Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 21. So as always, thank you guys so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think coming up next time on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What you're looking forward to in the finale, pretty much. And once again, the full length reaction for the episode will be over on Patreon, so you can go check that out over there. And yeah, that is it. So I will see you guys next time.